एक्चुअली आप लोगों को साथ में एक क्लास लेना था कल की, बट बिकॉज ऑफ सम confusion yesterday I couldn't take class for you guys. So BSc people went slightly ahead. Both of y'all are going through the same topic right now,
Good
that is
afternoon, sir.
protein. Good afternoon, which is protein metabolism. um, for post BSc, I came up to the structure of proteins. I think in the last class, we were discussing about the different structures of proteins, that is primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary structures. I told you that when you mix up four quaternary structures, you end up getting a proper protein molecule. So the only one topic that we covered yesterday in this thing BSc, you're not able to listen to my voice. What about the others? Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
नफीसा एक बार
Yes, sir.
डिस्कनेक्ट करके रिकनेक्ट करो बेटा. All right. So as I was saying, one topic that we have yet to discuss for post BSc, I'll just do it as a revision class just so that you all can come up to the same topic and come up to the same speed. It'll just be like a revision for the previous class for BSc people, and it'll be insight for you guys for post BSc. So in yesterday's class, I discussed about functions of proteins, different proteins, specifically functions of amino acids. What kind of products you can make from different amino acids and important substances that you get from amino acids, different amino acids. So the first amino acids that we discussed about was phenylalanine and tyrosine. Now these two are very closely related because phenylalanine can get converted into tyrosine. That is what happens in your body. Phenylalanine, when it is subject to a certain enzymes, it will get converted into tyrosine. Phenylalanine is an essential amino acid, whereas tyrosine is non-essential. You need not take tyrosine from your diet, but phenylalanine you need to take from your diet. Now, from tyrosine, you can synthesize several substances. One is melanin. Melanin is a pigment that is present in your body, that is specifically seen on your skin, your hair, and your eyes. Because of melanin, you see the color of your skin, you see the color of your hair, and the color of your eye. That is because of the pigment melanin. That comes from tyrosine. You get a neurotransmitter called dopamine from tyrosine. So neurotransmitters are molecules that are responsible for transmission of action potential. For one neuron to talk with another neuron or to stimulate the other neuron, you need specific molecules called neurotransmitters. Dopamine is one such neurotransmitter which plays a very important role in various aspects in your body. वो tyrosine से बनता. Other than that, catecholamines are made through tyrosine. So for example, norepinephrine, epinephrine. Dopamine is also technically a catecholamine. This is made from your adrenal medulla. If you look at the adrenal gland, let us suppose this is your adrenal gland. The outer part will be the cortex, the inner part will be the medulla. So the medulla of that adrenal gland is making these catecholamines. So both of these, dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine will be categorized under catecholamines. Catecholamines, specifically norepinephrine and epinephrine, regulate your lipid and carbohydrate metabolism. The rate of lipid and carbohydrate metabolism, to a certain extent, they also control your sympathetic nervous system. Okay, your fight or flight response. Other than that, lastly, tyrosine is responsible for production of T3 and T4 thyroid hormones. Okay, indirectly, it will not directly be influenced, but tyrosine does play a role in the formation of T3 and T4. Now, if in a person, let us suppose the amount of tyrosine is very low, or if the person has very low amount of phenylalanine, let's suppose उनके अंदर phenylalanine या tyrosine का concentration बहुत कम है, in those people there will be a few deficient disorders. First of all, we have phenylketonuria. This is also called PKU. Okay, this is a genetic disorder. Essentially, it's an autosomal recessive disorder. An autosomal recessive gene will be present because of which an enzyme is not produced. That enzyme's name is phenylalanine hydroxylase. Anyway, whenever a patient has PKU, generally 1 in 10,000 people or 1 in 10,000 births will be affected by PKU. Okay, so 1 in every 10,000 child will have PKU. The effect will be that the child will have intellectual disability, they'll have mental disorders, they will have behavioral problems, they'll be very irritated, uh, they'll have seizures, fits jo bolte na, they have seizures. uh, all of that will occur when a patient has PKU specifically because there is not enough amount of tyrosine. Phenylalanine is not getting converted into tyrosine, and as a result, because of lack of tyrosine, the patient is having CNS problems and other problems. Another problem that can occur with lack of tyrosine is albinism. So, albinism is a condition in which melanin is not produced at all. So, in the world, you see a few people who are like completely white. They will not have any pigmentation altogether. ठीक है, उनके अंदर बिल्कुल भी कलर नहीं रहता, to an extent that even their eyebrows, their hair, their beard, everything will be completely stark white. That is albinism. ठीक है, they also have some other health problems along with lack of melanin, but that is because of lack of tyrosine. Tyrosine nahi raha to melanin nahi banta. If melanin is not present, you will not have that skin coloration. Hypopigmentation can occur, patchy pigmentation can occur, something like vitiligo where they have patches of whiter skin and patches of darker skin, वैसा भी हो सकता because of lack of tyrosine. Then we discussed about another amino acid which is tryptophan. Now, tryptophan is a precursor to the synthesis of NAD plus, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It is a precursor for NADP. Okay. Both of these, when they undergo reduction by hydrogen over metabolic reactions, you will end up getting NADH plus H plus, or you can get NADPH plus H plus. ठीक है, अगर रिडक्शन हुआ तो ये दो मॉलिक्यूल्स जो है ट्रिप्टोफैन से बन रहे, दे आर इंपॉर्टेंट ऑक्सीडाइजर्स, दे विल अंडरगो रिडक्शन, दे आर ऑक्सीडाइजर्स, दे रिमूव हाइड्रोजन फ्रॉम मॉलिक्यूल. उसके अलावा इट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर कॉल्ड सेरोटोनिन. सेरोटोनिन प्लेस अ वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन द पर्सन's this thing and the person's mood, especially serotonin and melatonin. Please do not get confused between melanin and melatonin. Melanin is a pigment. Melatonin is a hormone. Okay? This melatonin is produced by tryptophan. It is responsible for your sleep cycle. So your body knows when to sleep and when to get up, right? It knows that whenever it is very dark, you need to sleep. Whenever it is bright outside, you need to wake up. That cycle is maintained by melatonin. All right. People who have less amount of melatonin will have a very horrible sleep wake cycle. Okay, they will not have a good health, and their body will be very confused as to when to sleep and when to stay awake. Serotonin has other functions as well. As I told you, serotonin is influencing the mood of a person. It will have an effect on behavioral patterns, on sleep, blood pressure, body temperature. It will have an effect on gastric motility, peristalsis, and essentially peristalsis. It will also have an effect of vasoconstriction. Serotonin can cause vasoconstriction. It can constrict your blood vessels. If blood vessels get constricted, blood pressure will increase. Okay, imagine this is a blood vessel. Whenever serotonin is acting on that blood vessel, it will become smaller in size or thinner in size. As a result, what will happen is the pressure of blood will increase inside that. Think of it this way: imagine you have a pipe, a plastic pipe in which water is flowing, and you try to pinch that pipe. The water inside that pipe will start flowing with a faster speed, right? The same thing will happen to your blood pressure. Whenever serotonin is acting on the blood vessels are something like pipes which are housing blood. अगर उसको constrict कर दिया तो blood pressure will automatically increase. Then और क्या था? Right. Now, this was what we discussed in the last class. Now, that is the summary of what happened in the last class. I'll send you a video as well. But that is it. That is what we discussed in the last class. Now, we'll continue with some other products that you get from amino acids, specifically glycine. Now, glycine is a non-essential amino acid. Okay, it is a precursor for several molecules. Glucose is one important molecule that you get from glycine. But other important molecules that you can get from glycine are purines. Ever heard of purines? If I remember correctly, आप लोग अभी थोड़े दिन पहले एक assignment लिखे थे on DNA and RNA. What are purines? No one ever heard what is purine?
So nitrogen base.
It is a nitrogen base. Why is it important? It is a nitrogen base. Where can you find these nitrogen bases?
DNA, sir.
Hmm. Your DNA and RNA are made up of two important molecules, which is purines and pyrimidines. ठीक है, आपके adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil जो है, those are purines and pyrimidines. Now those will act as nitrogen bases when you add a phosphate group to that nitrogen base, you end up getting a nucleoside and so on and so forth. Anyway, these purines are derived from glycine, which in turn end up making DNA or RNA. So as you can imagine, it is a very important molecule. Without glycine, you will not have normal production of DNA and RNA. In your body, DNA and RNA are being made constantly. Whenever a cell divides, let us suppose we talk about epithelial cell itself, the cells on your skin, imagine. Okay? Surface epithelial cells. They will obviously keep getting regenerated. Older cells will keep on being removed and newer cells will replace those older cells. You generally hear people tell you need to exfoliate your skin every two times a week or at least once a week. That is because you need to remove the dead cells. That dead cell is being produced because older cells are dying and newer cells are replacing them. Whenever you have newer cells that are coming into picture, it means that some cells had multiplied, and those cells, when they multiply, they will form new cells. Those new cells will need DNA and RNA in them, specifically DNA. Now that DNA is coming from sources like glycine, वो एक important molecule है जो glycine से बनता. Other than that, in conjugation reactions. So what are conjugation reactions? The term conjugation means attachment. So if I have, let's suppose, two boxes like this, imagine this is box A and box B. If I attach both of them, I am getting, let's suppose, a bigger box, which is box C. This reaction where I'm joining two molecules, that is essentially a conjugation reaction. Okay? Conjugation reactions, or glycine itself acts as a conjugating agent. It will help in conjugation reaction. किधर important है ये? जो आपके बॉडी में बाइल एसिड्स रहते हैं, नाउ यू नो देयर इज बाइल इनसाइड योर बॉडी, राइट? एवर हर्ड ऑफ समथिंग कॉल्ड बाइल? पता है ना बाइल रहता बोल के आपकी बॉडी में? Okay, so
Yes,
your liver produces a waste material called bile, which will have bile salts, bile acids, and bile pigment, which is your bilirubin. Okay, those molecules are very important for lipid digestion and for carbohydrate breakdown. Anyway, whenever you are trying to make bile acids, specifically glycocholic acid and chenodeoxycholic acid, वहां पर ये conjugation reactions में glycine important रहता. Conjugation reactions are done so that you can make those acid molecules more water soluble, so that they can be excreted out of your body easily. If they remain as is without undergoing conjugation reaction, they will not be excreted out of your body easily. You need to perform conjugation reactions in your body so that those molecules can be excreted out. If they start getting accumulated, jaundice hota. Okay. Other than that, you have glycine participating in the formation of something called creatine. So what is creatine? Creatine is present in several tissues. It is present in muscle, brain, blood. It's a very high energy compound. Especially in muscle, uh, it is participating in movement of muscle. Whenever there is metabolism of creatine, through metabolism of creatine, your muscle will be able to move and it will be able to survive. Creatine जब metabolize होता, it will make creatinine. ठीक है, creatine is a molecule that provides energy just like ATP. ठीक है, that energy generally is used by muscle cells, and skeletal muscles will use creatine in order to move themselves, essentially to perform muscular movement. You need creatine. Creatine बनाने के लिए glycine, arginine and methionine तीनों होना पड़ता. Without the three of them, you'll not be able to make creatine. So as you can see, glycine plays an important role in formation of that as well. Then there is another amino acid called methionine. Now, besides participating in the formation of creatine, methionine has a very, very important role where it has an initiator function in protein synthesis. Initiator of protein synthesis. Now, some other day I'll explain what protein synthesis is and how it occurs. But essentially, whenever you want to form a protein, the first amino acid that will participate in the formation of protein synthesis is methionine. Without methionine, you cannot have a protein being formed. Think of it this way. एक बड़ी chain बनाने के लिए, let us suppose you are making a chain of diamonds. Okay, imagine they are small, small diamonds like this, and you are trying to make a chain of diamond. This first diamond that you use in order to make that chain will be methionine. Without methionine, you cannot make this chain of diamonds. The same way, without methionine, you cannot make a protein. Methionine जब दूसरे amino acid से combine होता, whenever methionine combines with other amino acids, it forms a peptide bond. It will end up making a peptide chain. Those peptide chains will link together and they'll form a protein. So from smaller to bigger, but the biggest, ठीक है, which is a protein. So protein synthesis does not occur without the presence of methionine. Then there is another amino acid called histidine. Now, histidine जो है, it plays a role in decarboxylation reactions. It has a function especially in the formation of histamine. Ever heard of a molecule named histamine? कभी सुने?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where is it involved?
Sir, it's in DNA, sir.
Histamine is involved in DNA.
Sir, histamine is a protein which are bind in DNA.
उसको histone proteins बोलते हैं माँ. Those are histone proteins. Those small circular globular structures you are talking about, right? जिसके around
Yes, sir.
DNA wind होता.
Yes, sir.
Those are histone proteins. They are small spherical structures. उन लोगों को histone proteins बोलते हैं. Histamine is a chemical that is present in your mast cells. Whenever there is an allergic reaction or whenever there is allergy, histamine will be produced in a large quantity, or rather than being produced, it will be released in a large quantity. So there is something called mast cells present in your blood. These mast cells will have histamine and brodykinins. Whenever there is an allergic reaction occurring, that patient will generally have a lot of histamine being released in their blood, and as a result, they will have an allergic reaction. Okay? Histidines are responsible for the production of histamine. Histamine also has as an effect on your lungs. It can cause bronchoconstriction. It will have other functions as well. It will have a function on your digestive tract. It will have a function on your lungs, so on and so forth. But one of the most important functions histamine has is in bronchoconstriction. ठीक है. Then और क्या important है? Arginine, एक और amino acid. Arginine. आर्जिनिन जो है उससे एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंपाउंड बनता. आर्जिनिन से क्रिएटिन तो बनता ही है, बट देयर इज आर्जिनिन एक्ट्स एज अ प्रीकर्सर टू नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड. Now, why is nitric oxide important to your body? Nitric oxide has a function as a vasodilator. Whenever a person's blood pressure increases way more than normal, your body will immediately start producing nitric oxide. As a result, what will happen is your blood vessels will dilate. ठीक है. Think of it this way. आपके blood vessels है जिनके अंदर blood pressure बहुत बढ़ जा रहा. The blood is flowing very vigorously. Imagine. ठीक है. If I simply increase the area of that blood vessel, if I increase the size of that blood vessel, BP will fall. ठीक है. Can't hear you, my voice. एक बार डिस्कनेक्ट करके देखो बेटा. Is my voice audible to the others?
Yes, sir.
sir.
हाँ,
Yes,
एक बार
sir.
डिस्कनेक्ट करो बेटा. Okay, so as I was telling, vasodilator जो है, as the name suggests, vaso का मतलब whenever you have a sentence starting with vaso or a word starting with vaso, it generally refers to blood vessels. ठीक है? These blood vessels, ये blood vessel जो है, let us suppose this is the blood vessel. ये ब्लड वेसल को अगर मैं थोड़ा डायलेट कर दिया ना, ब्लड प्रेशर ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो जाता. अगर ब्लड वेसल को कंस्ट्रिक्ट करा, छोटा करा, ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ जाता. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस. साइज ऑफ द ब्लड वेसल इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू इट्स ब्लड प्रेशर, सॉरी इनडायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू इट्स ब्लड प्रेशर एंड बाय बीपी. अगर ब्लड वेसल बढ़ के साइज में रहा, बीपी कम होता. ब्लड वेसल छोटे साइज का रहा, बीपी बढ़ जाता. ठीक है? एक पाइप इमेजिन करो, वो पाइप को अगर आप दबाएं तो उसके अंदर का पानी ज्यादा तेज बहने लगता. अगर उसको रिलैक्स कर दिए, छोड़ दिए, तो उसके अंदर का प्रेशर ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो जाता. सेम प्रिंसिपल अप्लाइज टू योर ब्लड वेसल्स. ठीक है? नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड इज अ इंपॉर्टेंट केमिकल दैट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन योर बॉडी इन रेस्पॉन्स टू हाई बीपी. whenever blood pressure increases more than normal, your body will start producing nitric oxide. As a result, vasodilation occurs. Okay. Other than that, nitric oxide also is an inhibitor of platelet aggregation and adhesion. So platelet aggregation क्या है? कभी कभी, now whenever your blood vessel is getting damaged because of whatever reason, let us suppose there is hemorrhage and there is damage to your blood vessel. ठीक है? Imagine the patient underwent a road traffic accident या जो भी हुआ. Imagine there is trauma to the patient. And उसमें क्या हुआ? ऐसा एक blood vessel छोटी सी rupture हो गई समझो. Now यहाँ पर to stop that rupture, obviously you will have platelets being aggregated and you will have fibrin proteins coming, collagen coming, calcium coming. वो पूरा क्या करता है? Clot बनाता. That clot will essentially block this hemorrhage, and because of which what will happen is blood loss is stopped from your blood vessel. That is normal. There should be something that should stop that clotting after a while. ठीक है? अगर blood clot form हो रहा, to a certain extent it is fine. If blood clots are formed uncontrollably, they can, अब देखो इधर blood clot बना, let's suppose इतना clot बन गया and वो blockage create कर दिया, which you know those the blood which was flowing out that has been blocked, hemorrhage को stop कर दिया. Now if this clotting does not stop, if platelets keep on aggregating, thrombocytes keep on aggregating, क्या होता? ये बहुत बड़ा क्लॉट बन जाता. एंड ये बहुत बड़ा क्लॉट क्या कर रहा? ब्लड के फ्लो को स्टॉप कर रहा ना. समझ में आ रहा आपको? एक छोटी सी इंजरी है ब्लड वेसल पे. ठीक है? इमेजिन देयर इज अ स्मॉल इंजरी ऑन योर ब्लड वेसल लाइक दिस, out of which blood is coming out or blood is flowing out into tissue space. Your body is reacting by producing clots. ठीक है? Imagine there is a clot that is formed in that area and ऐसा plug कर दिए वो clot को. Now the process of clotting, if it is not stopped, what will happen is, to a certain extent it is fine if clot is formed, it is necessary. But if that process is not stopped, what will happen is the whole of your blood vessel will start getting blocked. यहाँ पर पूरी blood vessel को affect होने लगता. So even if it is not blocking the blood vessel completely, as you can see, the flow of blood will get severely affected. ठीक है? Now only this much area is left for that blood to flow. This whole area is getting blocked, because of which what happens is whichever muscle or whichever tissue this blood is flowing towards, that tissue will receive less amount of oxygen, less amount of nutrients, and it can cause tissue damage and cell damage. So to stop that excessive clotting, you need nitric oxide. Okay? It is a inhibitor of platelet aggregation and inhibitor of platelet adhesion. प्लेटलेट्स क्या करते हैं? एक जगह एग्रीगेट करते हैं, एक जगह जमा होते, एंड दे विल adhere to each other, they will start sticking to each other. That is how a clot is formed. Now, formation of clot is a very complex process. I will not explain the whole thing, but essentially what is happening is thrombocytes are coming together first and they are sticking together, because of which you are having a clot being formed. वो प्रोसेस को स्टॉप करता है नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड. ठीक है? और देन और क्या है? ग्लूटामाइन. सो ग्लूटामेट एक मॉलिक्यूल है. देयर इज एन अमाइनो एसिड कॉल्ड ग्लूटामेट. नेक्स्ट अमाइनो एसिड ग्लूटामेट इज अ नॉन एसेंशियल अमाइनो एसिड, जिसका सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट मॉलिक्यूल विच कैन बी फॉर्म्ड आउट ऑफ ग्लूटामेट इज कॉल्ड गाबा, गामा अमाइनो ब्यूटरिक एसिड. व्हाई इज गाबा इंपॉर्टेंट? GABA is a very, very, very important neurotransmitter. Specifically, it's an inhibitory neurotransmitter. So your neurotransmitters, the molecules that are responsible for transmission of action potential, for transmission of impulses across neurons, एक neuron है, then दूसरा neuron है. This neuron is communicating with neuron 2. Let me put it this way. This neuron के अंदर action potential यहाँ तक आ रहा. That stimulus is being sent over through few molecules into neuron number 2. Let's suppose this is neuron number 1, this is neuron number 2. ये neuron number 2 में this neurotransmitter will go and attach to a receptor, because of which an action potential is generated here and that message is sent forward. तो आप जो भी action करना चाह रहे, that action is happening with the help of neurotransmitters and through action potentials. Sometimes what happens is you need to stop a potential. Continuous stimulation of any neuron will cause damage to that neuron and will cause damage to the organ which is being supplied. So for example, let us suppose you want to move your hand. Example, you want to lift your hand and touch your nose. Imagine you're lifting your hand, pointing your finger and touching your nose. Now to perform that action, first of all, a stimulus is going from your hand to your brains, so that your brain knows where exactly in space your hand is. किधर है हाथ? First of all, वो locate होना. उसके बाद your brain is sending signals to the muscles of your hand, to your biceps, to your triceps, to your forearm muscles, to your fingers and all of those wrist muscles. And what is happening is your hand is being lifted up. Slowly it is coming up and it is positioning itself towards your nose, and let's suppose in the end you're touching your nose. Now your hand does not keep on moving after it touches the nose. At one point of time this transmission has to stop. ठीक है, अगर स्टॉप नहीं हुआ तो आप क्या करते, नाक के अंदर डाल देते उंगली को, इफ इट इज नॉट स्टॉपिंग, इमेजिन. ठीक है, अनकंट्रोल्ड मूवमेंट को स्टॉप करने के लिए गाबा इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, और एनी इनहिबिटरी न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर इज इंपॉर्टेंट. टू स्टॉप दिस सिग्नल there are inhibitory neurotransmitters. GABA is a very important inhibitory neurotransmitter. Generally you will see that patients who have lack of GABA or who have very less amount of GABA, उनके अंदर seizures होते. Those patients will have fits or seizures. ठीक है. So those are some of the important compounds that you can get from amino acids, various amino acids which will give different important compounds. There are other amino acids as well, and you will get other compounds as well. I will only discuss the important ones. Okay. Now coming to the next topic, which is formation and transport of ammonia. Sorry, formation and transport of amino acid and transport of amino acids. Okay, so ये है क्या? Amino acids, first of all, formation and transport of amino acids में आपको you have to understand the metabolism of amino acid first before you can understand how they are being transported and how they are being formed. You need to understand how they are being metabolized. ठीक है? Hold on, the class is about to end. I'll send another link into your group. Please join that. I have not taken attendance, so make sure all